Hey friends, welcome back to Full Measure Farm. This is a little bit different video for me to put together. I wanted to put my birth story on here for all of our market customers who I know are going to be asking how it went and want all the details, and I will be too busy at the market to give them the whole rundown. But here's a little bit of our birth story. So all of my other 4 births have kind of gone the same way. I've actually had all of my babies on the weekend in the off season. So this birth was really different in the fact that it was in the height of market season. And I told my midwife Tuesday would be just the best day if I could pick the day I had my birth because it's in the middle of all my sourdough baking. I had to be all cleaned up from market. Anyhow, so you can see here that was Christopher filling the birth pool, and here's Chloe with the baby, which kind of describes the birth a little bit. I would say I was in labor on Monday, but I was able to do like all of my sheep field chores. Christopher got a round bale. I went and switched the sheep fence, let the lambs into a new pen. I had time to get everything ready, but I was having pretty strong contractions, but I could keep working. It wasn't a huge deal. That night though, and I've never had this happen before, the midwife I think has always broke my water right before I have the baby. But I thought I had something stuck in my foot, so I sat down on the couch and like lifted my foot onto my leg and felt this like pop feeling, and my water had broke. I've never had that happen before, so that was really different. But I would say the contractions were like a half hour apart, but when that happened, we thought, oh, this is going to be like this soon happening thing. So we had a friend who was all set up to watch the 3 boys because Chloe was going to stay and be there for the birth. So she was staying, and I actually had Christopher take the 3 boys over to our friend's house. It was like 10:30 at night. Chloe and I got everything pretty much ready. You know, I had my birth ball out and blown up, and we decided I was just going to try and get some sleep. So I let our midwife know, and I let her know I'd get a hold of her when the contractions got closer together. So all that to say, they were about a half hour apart all night long. I woke up and we went for a walk to try and get the contractions closer together, and they did. They got down to like 3 minutes together. Then they spaced back out to like 15 minutes when I got to the house. And I had planned to take castor oil that day. So my midwife said, go ahead and do that. And they got to a very intense, like 2 minutes apart and really, really hard to deal with. I would say like super strong and intense. And then they spaced back to like 15 minutes apart. So the fun part is my midwife got there at like 10:30 and was sure that we would have the baby today, which was super encouraging to me at that point. She wanted to try a few different positions. So she had me get on my knees and like elbows on our bed and had me do 2 contractions like that. And the first contraction was super intense after she had me get in that position. I went and used the bathroom, came back, did another contraction like that, and he repositioned, which is what she said needed to happen, and a ton more water kind of gushed out. And I'm like, I can't do this. And she's like, you're doing it. You can do this. And so I slithered off of my bed and was like on the floor. And she's like, I think you're pushing. She's like, on this next contraction, we need to get you out to the living room. So I waddled my way out to the living room. She told Chloe to go get Christopher because he had gone out to do a few chores. And he came back, and I would say it was like 4 minutes before I had the baby. It was super, super fast. So 16 minutes of pushing. So it only seemed like a few contractions of pushing. And I thought we'd have time to blow up the birth pool, but the midwife was like, no way. Like, you're having this baby right here, right now. Anyhow, he weighed 7 pounds, 4 ounces, and was about 21 inches long. And we are so, so thrilled with him. The kiddos all love him, and we're settling back into farm life a little faster than I would have hoped, but we're all coping okay. Thank you guys so much for watching and all the support you've been through all of our whole pregnancy journey of loss and then this baby. Thank you guys so much.